Hello. So today I'm going to carry on building this like tool. I guess I started it in another one of these videos. So yeah, the yeah, I guess I've made like okay progress since then. Um, so yeah, currently how it works is that yeah, we have it's very ugly and like possibly it will stay ugly forever. I don't know. It depends how I feel about it. Um, that's someone who can do web design, please do tell me. Um, but yeah, so basically, yeah, when you load it up, this is what you get. You have like you get to pick. You have like settings here. You get to pick which keys you want it to generate scales in, and you have like I've just picked like a selection of them. Like basically, like I think they're all of them are there except for like I haven't gone into like double sharps or double flats or anything like that. Um, so yeah, you kind of just like click on them to like pick which ones you want. So let's say we just want to practice in A and C and D. And yeah, you can pick which scales you want to do. So let's say you want to practice the different modes. I don't know. Uh, then you can turn all those on, and then you can click generate new scale. It gives you the name of one, Pʀᴏឡŷ, for example. And then you can turn on whether you want to see the note names or the like intervals that make it up. Um, Getting this bit to work was remarkably difficult for me, not knowing an awful lot about these things. But yeah, exactly how you'd convert intervals into note names is actually sort of weirdly complicated in terms of what that actually means, because obviously there isn't like an even distance between um, any two given notes. Yeah, um, so yeah, exactly what this is going to mean. But the idea is that the thing that's like difficult to get the machine to kind of recognize is to like once it reaches like number three, for example, it knows how many semitones there are. But like it's like how many semitones is it actually? I'm going to get it wrong, so I might as well just find out. Okay, so let's say there's four semitones, right, in a major third. Um, so it knows that it's going to go four semitones up from D. So you go D, E, F, F sharp. Um, but the question, like, that F sharp is enharmonically equivalent to G flat. So the question is, for the computer, right, like, how do I know whether it's F sharp or G flat? Because to me, those two things are the same. Um, so the function that I've got that does it, um, let's see, where is it? It's called, uh, yes, this horrible thing here. Yeah, note name after interval. So basically, what it does is it first counts. Yeah, it counts the number like of the interval along here, like in this row here. So these are just the note names. So if it was three, you'd go D. That's one, two, three, and yeah, so you'd end up on F. Um, and then what it does is it looks at the number of semitones um, that's in three in a major third, so that's four. So it finds its starting point, which is here, D, and then it counts four along from there. So we go one, two, three, four to there, and then it takes the note name from that it got earlier, which was F, and then it in this pair of notes, which are enharmonically equivalent, it looks for the one that starts with the note that it wants, namely F, and then it says, okay, well, it's F sharp then in that case because it's not G flat. And there is only ever one, like, yeah, like the note names are always only represented once. So it's, yeah, yeah, there's always a choice for it. Yeah, when I was like earlier on, I found that like it came out with like undefined results because yeah, like there weren't like G sharps, for example. I don't even know what G sharps. I actually don't know what off the top of my head which scales need a G sharp, but it does come up. I think or at least some of the sharps and some of the flats do come up. So good. Anyway, but what that means is that I have the kind of the machinery now to find like intervals and like find like what happens after an interval. So my idea is I'm going to use this um, uh, to make another tool underneath this one, which allows you to generate intervals. So like you give it, so like it would have similar constraints. So like you get to pick the notes. You get to pick, rather than scales, you would pick which intervals you're interested in. And then from that pool, it will say interval, like D plus a perfect fifth, for example. Or it could be like, D up a fifth or D down by a third or whatever. And then I guess the idea of this tool is that it's quite useful just to have like a set of them to like practice from and just to be able to like drill them. Like I think that was my like original intention with this, was to like have just like a set of tools that I can drill from. And so in particular the intervals, I think I would like it to be able to generate quite a few of them. So you can just kind of go through them and just be like, right, up, fifth up from D, it's an A, and like you could play it on an instrument. And so on. So good. So let's see. So I guess the first thing that I'll do is I'm going to set up a new one of these. And I'm going to just borrow it quite a lot from the stuff that I've got. Where does this div actually close? Oh, there. Okay, that's fine. Great. So this one's going to be called intervals. And then we can have another div underneath it, which is going to be settings. But yeah, I imagine it working in much the same way actually. So I just need to like update this. So I think I need to quickly check how the grid the grid row style works. Grid row property. Okay, I think I can just put commas in. So left head sets grid column 1. Yes, that's always 1, and grid row 4, I think. And this one also 4. No, 3. Let's check if that actually works. Yeah, okay, great. That's what I wanted it to do. Okay, so then we're going to have, within that one, we're going to have a functional. So yeah, so this is going to have a bunch of that's going to have like this kind of stuff. So what actually ones do I want? I want So it's going to be generate intervals, I guess you will say. That's going to be one button. Okay, and we're going to have another one that's going to say, so maybe it's going to be a prompt, so it's going to be like set number of intervals to generate. And that's going to somehow like prompt you to give it a number. Okay. What else? Oh yeah, right. And we're gonna have like, yeah, node names, whoever like the node names are gonna be on. So that's gonna be like activate a ball. So yeah, just whoa. Oh, okay, I got it. Okay, good column 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's not good. Okay, I have no idea why that would happen. Oh, right, because that's selection 1, is it? No, functional. I think that should work. Okay, well let's try putting in the other ones because it might be like compensating somehow. Yeah, it seems like it maybe is. Yeah, let's make 3 columns. Yeah, okay, I think I just have to press on, don't I? This doesn't want to be functional, this wants to be selection 1. And then I also want another one, which is going to be selection 2. So yeah, this is like very it's very baroque kind of business. Okay. I'm sure for anyone who knows anything about writing code, this is going to be absolutely excruciating, by the way. Like, I literally spent like 15 minutes trying to like just literally get some like headings in, like not even getting to the meat of it. Okay, but let's think like what's going to be in the selection 1. I really have no idea why it's doing that. So we're going to have, yeah, all, there's going to be one that's going to be all intervals, or no intervals. And there's going to be one that's going to be all intervals, like that. And this one is going to be, right, and we need something that just says intervals, maybe. And this one is going to say keys. Or say like, yeah, starting node. And then we're going to have nodes. All nodes. Okay, that's going to be like the basic. Yeah, I don't know why this is. I have no idea what's going on there, but I'm sure I can figure that out. It's not crucial right now. Yeah, it's possible that this converse is just not the right way of doing it. But yeah, anyway. I may have just hallucinated that. I think this doesn't work using commas. I think it's more sophisticated than that, which took a long time to recognize. But that's okay. Maybe that works. Nope. Oh dear. Deary. Okay, fuck it. I'm gonna put it back to what it was because that was kind of working. And I don't know why. I think I just need to read the documentation a bit more clearly. But whatever, this sort of works. What? Okay. You'd think this would not be that hard, but I've literally spent 20 minutes so far trying to get trying to get this thing into place and I can't even do it. Okay, well, okay, we persist. Okay, so so yeah, I'm gonna add to this like horrible mess of code. So yeah, this bit is going to be the kind of like the intervalsy bit. I also need to like arrange, like I need to like organize this code a little bit better. Okay. Okay, so what do I actually need? I need like I kind of have my interval like I have this thing here, like the lookup chart, which is useful, but I think it's not actually the thing that I want. Because that relies on keys, but I want something that like I can like I want like a list, like I want like an array kind of thing. So oh my word, I can't get over how embarrassing this is. I like this thing is like literally not where it wants to be, like so bad. But come on. Okay, so here we go. So we've got, I'm going to call this, I think in the way that I've done this before, I'm going to call it interval array. Okay, and it's going to be a list that contains, well, I'm going to use some like dummy ones for the time being. So it's going to be like let's say it contains one flat two, yeah, let's say that's it, right? That's all we need for the time being. Oops, I need to declare that. And what else? So this is going to be the list of intervals, okay, and then we're going to have something which is I'm going to call interval pool, which is going to start out the same. It's going to be the same thing, but this is going to be the thing that you can like manipulate ultimately, and yeah. So in the case of like these like scales here, it's like you can what this does, like turning on this scale like adds or removes the name of the scale from a similar array, which is called scale pool, and that's how that's where the thing generates its the scales from, that's what generate new scale relies on. It's like the list of scales. So but we need one that's like constant and one that's can be changed basically. And like when I say constant, I don't mean that in the technical sense of constant, but I mean it's like it's something that I'm not going to manipulate at all, but I might make use of it. Okay, great. So ultimately what I want to define is going to be a function which is going to define a random interval. And I don't know if this is like a good approach to coding, is just to like just name the interval, like name the functions that you wish you had. I so like but this is where we're heading, right? Like if I've got the random interval, then yeah, I'm doing okay, because I can then just like find a way to make it just like when the button generate intervals. Yeah, like you press that button and it will give you random interval, right? Or as many random intervals as you name. Okay, good. So how do we find a random interval? Well, we have already got a function which is called, where is it? Random pick from array, and it picks a random number. Yeah, so it picks, where was it again? Where did I use it? Yeah, so it chooses a random number which is like up to the length of the array, and then it spits out the member of that array which is indexed to that number. So so let's see. So random interval is going to be let's think. So it's going to be random pick from array, and then it's going to be interval pool that it wants to draw from. And then, yeah, so let's see. Can I just return that? No. So that's going to be random interval index. And then we want to return interval pool random interval index. Okay, and let's ask it. I don't know why I use alerts rather than console.log or however you do it. I think I just don't know how to use that. But I should learn it. Next time I do one of these videos, I will have learned it. Okay. So let's see. So random interval. Yeah, let's see what it gives us. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Okay, great. So there's like, yeah. So we've already got like, yeah, like a good start. Okay, so we've got a thing that picks a random interval, and yeah. So so what we want is also a yeah. It's going to be a function which is called up or down. Or I guess I'm going to call it heads or tails, actually. No, up or down, like it's more descriptive. Okay, so basically what this is going to do is it's going to pick a random number between 1 and 2. So, I mean, I guess the easiest way of doing that, like in this, given that I've already got this kind of thing, would just be to say that that we have a variable which is just, I don't know, just or down array. Okay, it's going to just contain like up and down. And this I'm going to just use my random picking tool again. Oh no, actually this thing can just literally return, I think, right? Sorry, I'm like like overcomplicated it slightly. Yeah. I can just do that. This one's just going to be random pick from array. I just forgot what that thing was for. Yeah, so that's going to be it, right? In there. Okay, so good. So we've got these two elements anyway. We've got random interval and up or down, and yeah. So like the two of those things are going to tell us what interval we ultimately end up with. Now the thing that I'm going to have to do is to find a way to integrate this with the note name after interval thing. So possibly, like the way that I'm thinking about it is that if you have an interval and you have like this kind of down modifier to it, then like it's going to just put like a minus sign in front of the interval. And I think that should work. I think that would work basically. That like it would put a minus sign in front of the actual raw number of the interval, and it would put a minus sign in front of the lookup as well. So if we had like a minus second down is a semitone down, and but it's still a note name down. So from A it would go down to G, and so on. Anyway, I guess it's the next thing to implement, but this is incredibly slow going, and I'm sure that anyone who knows anything about writing code is shouting at their screens at me if they're watching this, and but that's okay, because I am an amateur, and that's okay.